Welcome along to the BBC coverage of the Guernsey Air Display 2024, broadcasting live in St Peter Port from a rather cloudy and windy spot at Castle Cornet.
It's a lovely venue to be able to fly in over the crystal waters over the bay. It's one of the better ones that we do.
Our signature manoeuvre is a manoeuvre called the Twizzles, and we've got all 6 aircraft then stacked up, and in turn we all peel off.
Just the entire experience of climbing into what is essentially a time capsule and flying the aircraft is memorable every single time.
During the air show, we would actually show basic fighting maneuvers, air-to-ground attacks, and that kind of maneuvers.
And then we open the jets up and you hear an incredible noise, we put it into the vertical and it goes up like a rocket.
We'll see a series of flypasts and wigovers, so you get to sit up close.
But Guernsey, it's always an honour and a pleasure to be here. Please put your hands together for the 2024 Royal Air Force Aerobatic Team. It's the Red Arrows.
We are a team of amateur aerobatic pilots flying the Vans RV-8 aircraft, kit-built aircraft from America. We have been going now for, it's I think our 11th year, building slowly. This year we've got a lot of displays in Europe as well as in the UK, because we're UK based. 6 guys, 6 airplanes, having a whale of a time. Sometimes we fly as 6 together, typically in a delta formation. Then we break up into different formations, so you'll have 2 aircraft flying alone, 4, sometimes 3. The show we do has developed over the 11 years. It's all evolution, not revolution. So a lot of the footprint we've been using the same for some years now, but each year we do something a little bit different. One thing we've always done, which is what people call our signature manoeuvre, is a manoeuvre called the Twizzles, which comes towards the end of the display. And we've got all 6 aircraft then stacked up in a row, and in turn we all peel off like that, and it gives you 6 aircraft going in. Nobody else is doing that at the moment. Certainly not in Europe, so we like that display. What display flying gives you, and formation display flying, is a sense of achievement, a sense of discipline. There's a lot of discipline in this. You could imagine that these things are only a few metres apart. We're sometimes doing 200 mile an hour, sometimes we're upside down doing 200 miles an hour. A lot of discipline involved, and there's a lot of satisfaction from having done a good display. So if it inspires a few kids to say, ooh, I'd really like to do that, then yeah, that's a sense of purpose for us.
I lead the Titans, which is one of which the aircraft we've got behind us. This is an XA-42. This year we're bringing a different aircraft, this still being the showpiece that is an extremely aerobatic aircraft with high roll rates, high G, but we've got an old 1980s aeroplane next to us as well, which comes with a big radial engine, a lot of noise, a lot of smoke, but equally pretty aerobatic as well.
1976 it won the World Aerobatic Championships, so quite an aerobatic machine against the modern day completely mad aerobatic carbon fibre machine that we're also flying.
Display tomorrow is going to have the same energetic aerobatic manoeuvres you've seen before. We've got mirror passes, we've got roll arounds, we've got formation loops, everything that everyone usually enjoys.
It's now into our full 2nd season of flying, so we're improving all the time and keeping it tight in front of the crowd, smoke coming out the back, out of both aircraft, throughout the display. And then we do separate solo sections as well that should be really close, tight to the crowd, and always something going on.
It's great to see people's enthusiasm, it's great to meet a few people, shake a few hands, let them see close up at the aeroplane. It's nice to put a face to the pilots and a face to the audience as well. I think people really appreciate it. I think more air shows should do a little bit of an event like this, to be honest.
So the muscle biplane is all based on a basic pit special. This particular aeroplane I built over a period of 4 years, but this aeroplane is kind of special and we renamed it the Jet Pits, and that's because it also has 2 jet engines strapped to it. So basically you've got a scaffold pole which is welded into the fuselage, and on the end of the scaffold pole, you can probably see it behind me, we've put 2 jet turbines. The propeller produces about 1,000 pounds of thrust. The 2 jet turbines together produce about 700 pounds of thrust, so you've got a total of 1,700 pounds of thrust. And funny old thing, the aeroplane only weighs about 1,600 pounds, so we have more thrust than weight. So it means that the aeroplane, if flown correctly, and it's quite tricky, you can actually hover it and make it, it torque rolls around itself, hanging in the vertical. It's quite unusual to watch, quite wacky to see, and The other thing about this aeroplane is it sounds great. So we normally motor in on its side just because it's slightly different, and then we open the jets up and you hear an incredible noise. You pull it into the vertical and it goes up like a rocket, and yeah, it feels great, that extra push in your back with the jet engines. Do a lot of gyroscopic manoeuvres, rolls, loops, lots of smoke, lots of noise. Just make it look pretty wacky, really. We can just literally take off like the Typhoon and go straight up, so we don't have to, fly at 150 miles an hour horizontally in order to gain the energy to go vertically upwards. So it's a pleasure to fly, and yeah, all built in my garden shed. We don't often get the opportunity to show the public our aeroplanes up close and tell them, how we built them, how we designed them, how we fly them. And it's great to inspire particularly our younger generation into sort of aerospace type engineering careers or flying type careers. Yeah, it's great to meet the youngsters, and that's what it's all about, inspiring our next generation.
Guernsey has this unique history, and it's unique history from the Second World War. So I think it's really important that we remind people about the incredible history that Guernsey has. And what better way to do that than with these historic aircraft? And I think what we see again and again is when we fly these aircraft at air displays, whether they're historic aircraft like the Hurricane or very modern aircraft from the armed forces, they inspire the next generation in terms of getting interested in engineering, in history, and particularly the history of these islands.
And I fly some of these historic aircraft with Navy Wings, a charity that tries to keep these things in the air and operating, so for the memory and to honour all the people who flew them in times that were a bit tougher than they are today. This particular aircraft is a Harvard 4 actually, Canadian heritage, and was largely used as a training aircraft. So quite a few Fleet Air pilots would travel across to North America, get their training before redeploying onto frontline types and then back towards where the war was. The Harvard and the Swordfish are going to display together, so in formation we're going to arrive and then we'll, after a couple of passes, the Swordfish will break away and do a 6-minute display on its own. Harvard is far more aerobatic than the Swordfish, so the Swordfish more sedate, sort of gentlemanly old lady. So we'll see a series of flypasts and wing-overs, so you get to see it up close. The Harvard, we turn upside down and make a bit more noise, but equally fun.
I'm the leader of the Mustang X-Ray display team. This is a very small tactical display team, and we are part of the French fighter school based in Cognac, and we're flying the Pilatus PC-21. The team consists of 2 aircraft, and we are actually showing what we do on a daily basis as instructors with our students. So during the air show we would actually show basic maneuvers like in close formation fighting wing, and then we would also try to evocate the fighting maneuvers that we do up there, like basic fighting maneuvers. The aircraft, even though it is a turboprop aircraft, so it is not as per se a real jet fighter because it doesn't have a jet engine, but the performances of the aircraft are very, very good. We can fly up to 370 knots and up to 8 Gs, and the effort that we get in the airplane and the sensation is close to what we would get in a real fighter jet. So for these reasons it is a very fun airplane to fly.
As they arrive, please put your hands together for the Royal Air Force aerobatic team. It is, of course, the Red Arrows. This year we are back to our trademark Diamond 9 aircraft, having only displayed with 8 and 7 in previous years of 2023 and 2022. As I said, it's great to be back in 2024. We actually are celebrating our own 60th display season. That's our own Diamond season this year. And we're doing that with various events both in the air and on the ground, celebrating the Red Arrow's history and of course celebrating the Royal Air Force. One of the most popular, if not the most popular manoeuvre that the Red Arrows fly. We kept it in for 2024. Get your cameras ready for the tornado. Pull, go is the call from Red 6. And in tribute to our 60th anniversary, Reds 8 and 9 now drawing something special in the sky. But as I said, on behalf of the Red Arrows and the Royal Air Force, thanks very much for coming out to watch our display. I really hope you enjoy it. Please have a wonderful rest of the day. Stay safe, stay warm, and I hope to see you all again in the future. Thank you very much. Goodbye.